Hey everyone! I hope you're all having a great day. Welcome back to, once again, another Rules of Survival video. I've done many tips and tricks videos on this game in the past, ranging from how to get more kills and still win, how to fix lag in the game, and how to survive Endgame, but I never actually made a simplified video with the 10 best tips I have for the game. That's what we're going to be doing today. We'll be taking a look at some tips and tricks I have stated in past videos and making a quick top 10 video of the best tips you need to know for Rules of Survival Battle Royale. I hope you learned something new in this video. I'd appreciate it a lot if you left a like rating down below and subscribe for more Rules of Survival content. I just recently posted a life story video where I talked about how I illegally crossed the Cambodia-Vietnam border back in 2015, and it was crazy. I'll leave a link to that video down below in the description if you want to check it out after this one. You'll enjoy it. But hey, you clicked on this video to hear the top 10 tips, and that's what we'll begin right now. So let's go. Number 10. When you're first starting out playing Rules of Survival as a beginner, you shouldn't play for wins. You should be playing for experience. If you try to play super cautiously in the very beginning, you won't be able to gain enough experience quick enough, and it'll take a longer amount of time to become a true pro. You want to get as much action as possible. Learn the map, learn the guns and gun mechanics, and become comfortable with the controls at first. This may mean losing quite a few matches at first, but hey, that's okay. In the beginning, it's much better to get 8 kills and 5th place, for example, than 0 kills and 2nd place in a match. If you're hiding the whole time, you're not getting better at playing the game. You're just getting better at hiding. Don't be that player who hides all the time. Always be on the lookout for kills, and always be on the offensive. Number 9. In order to get the best game performance with the least amount of lag possible, you'll need your game to run well in all situations. This includes driving, gunfights, and around big cities. So, what do? Well, there are a lot of things you can do to reduce lag, but one of the best ways to do so is doing some testing in the warm-up area. I'd recommend going into Fearless Fjord, where you have up to 300 players in a small area, that little warm-up island in the map, then getting something like an RPG or an M249, and just spamming that firing button, being sure to hit other players so blood shows up. If you notice any bit of lag when you're doing that, you'll have to adjust your graphics settings accordingly. You never want to be in the middle of an intense gunfight, only to experience a lot of lag and die unfairly. There are other tips to reduce lag, but I have an entire video dedicated to that already on my channel. You can check it out if you want, linked below. Number 8. Snipers? You don't need them. Now, hey, maybe you're a streamer and you're trying to get some cool headshot feeds, and in that case, yeah, I can see where they'd be useful, but for your average player looking for a win, you don't really need to equip one. Rules of Survival doesn't have any bullet travel time, so as long as you have a 4x or 8x scope on a regular AR, you're fine. That way, you can leave the other space in your inventory open for a shotgun or SMG, the 2 best types of guns for close range. You can even put your AR on single fire mode if you really wanted to make it seem as close to a sniper as possible. If they were to ever change the game to where there is bullet drop and travel time, yes, I can see where snipers would come in handy, but for now, nah. Stick with an AR and a shotgun, and you're good to go. And with that shotgun in mind, the next tip talks about something you can pair with them quite well. Number 7. If you need to travel long distances in-game, be sure to have a car nearby. Avoid bicycles, they're too easy to die on. Also, motorcycles are a little risky as well. It is true they are the fastest vehicles in the game, but if someone who has good aim sees you, you're done. You'll want to try and find a sports car or a Jeep for maximum protection. If you're playing with friends, get a tuk-tuk, and unless the car literally explodes, passengers with you will be completely safe. If you've landed at an area far from where you think the next zone will be at, take some time to at least locate a car before you need to rotate, because you don't want to be in a situation when you die outside the zone. It's always good to look when you're parachuting down. You can see the whole area around you, and just keep a mental note of where that car is, and be sure no one else takes it. Number 6. Towards Endgame, never be in the middle of the circle. If you're in one of the final circles and you're right smack dab in the middle, you will have people looking in on you from all sides and it's super easy to die. Everyone is scoped in looking for any bit of movement, and your character will be frantically turning left and right, trying to see anyone and everyone left in the game. Think about it. When have you ever been at the very end of the game, at the edge of the zone, worried someone would come up behind you? Likely never. The zone is too powerful, and anyone outside it at this point would have already died. Try to stay on the edge of the zone so no one will sneak up behind you. Rotate with the zone. Once it starts moving in, keep staying on the edge until you get to the next one. If you rotate when the zone is moving, other players are also focused on getting into the zone, and you have your best chance of survival. Number 5. Want to be super stealthy? Or to run fast? 2 things. To avoid being heard, crouch when you're near other players. That way, footsteps won't show up on their screen. Then, you can sneak up on them and get the surprise kill. Footsteps show up on your screen if the enemy is just walking regularly, and that is a major problem for the enemy. They can't be stealthy that way. Also, take out a melee if you don't have a car and you need to run a far distance. You run a little bit faster with the melee out, and that extra speed may just mean life or death for you. This is why you should always pick up a melee when looting, because you never know when you are in a situation where you don't have a car and you need to chase the zone to get safe. Another quick tip, be sure to jump every once in a while when rotating, because it'll make your character a little more random and harder to hit. If you're running in a straight line, you're such an easy target. Number 4. Be sure to get your priorities first. The second you land, especially if you're in a hot area, you need to find a gun fast, preferably an SMG or a shotgun. If you can, land directly on top of one on a roof, but if not, you need to focus on getting that first before anything else. Of course, if you find backpacks, helmets, and armor as well, that'll certainly help. But guns are top priority. Kill anyone nearby as quickly as possible because they have a chance to gear up and become stronger than you. The quicker the first kills, the better. If you wait too long, people will be able to find really good guns, find tons of ammo, and you know there's going to be that one guy who has level 3 armor and level 3 helmets who will completely wreck you if he sees you. So don't get in that situation. Get the kills before they find the good loots. If you want more in-depth info on how to do that effectively, check out my How to Get More Kills and Win video linked below. Number 3. Always close your doors if you're trying to be stealthy and surprise your enemies. This is a good way to troll your enemies, and to be honest, it would be perfect for a YouTube video. Think about this. If you ever come across a building with all the doors open, you'll figure someone has already been there, right? So a lot of the time, you won't even go inside. Now, if all the doors are closed, you may think it's not looted yet, and all of us are greedy and will always want more loot. With this in mind, you can exploit this tactic to its fullest potential. Close all the doors of the building you're in and hide in a side room, maybe a bathroom, and when someone comes by the house thinking it isn't looted yet, they'll want to go and check, and they'll not be on high alert because they'll think no one was there. At that point, you can come out and surprise them. You'll be amazed at the amount of kills you can get from this. Number 2. This may seem pretty obvious, but some people completely look past this. Use headphones, my dude! You can't play a battle royale effectively without headphones. These are some of the most intense and competitive games out there, and you can be rest assured your enemies will have headphones on. This goes for Rules of Survival, but also any other battle royale game. That means Fortnite, PUBG, Free Fire, Knives Out, or anything else. If you have them on, you'll be able to hear a lot better, obviously, and know where footsteps and gunshots are coming from. Don't forget this. If your enemies don't have headphones, you'll have a huge advantage over them. They may even be playing in a noisy area, perhaps near their family, and with other sounds distracting them. With headphones on, you'll be completely immersed in Rules of Survival, and you won't have any distractions that could mess you up. And last, but not least, number 1. use airdrops as bait. Airdrops are fairly common in Rules of Survival, and it's super easy to spot them considering there is a massive beam of light that shines into the sky when one touches the ground. When you see an airdrop come down on the map, go towards it, but don't immediately try to loot it. Get close to it, but maybe hide out on a nearby roof of a building or behind a tree on a hill, and wait for another unsuspecting player to arrive. They may show up on a motorcycle or a car, but that's all okay. You'll be hidden, and they won't be expecting you. When they're in view, they'll be so focused on getting what's inside the drop, they'll let their guard down, you can line up your shots, and it'll be lights out for that guy. They may even try to hide behind the drop, but guess what? They can't hide there forever. Don't be surprised if you can get several kills in a matter of minutes this way. So yeah, believe it or not, we're actually finished. These were the 10 best tips and tricks that will help you get better at Rules of Survival Battle Royale. I've compiled these tips from other videos I've posted over the last year, so if anything from how to survive the beginning of the game to best tips for Android and iOS players specifically interests you, be sure to check out the other videos I've posted on my channel. As I said in the beginning, I'll post that crazy life story of how I illegally crossed the Cambodia-Vietnam border a few years back in the description. Definitely check it out. You won't regret it. But yeah, we're out of time. I hope this video helped you. If it did, be sure to hit that like button down below and share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, you name it. It'll help them all out as well. Subscribe for more Rules of Survival content, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.